And I want to thank everyone for joining me on the webinar tonight. First of all, I want to say for everything that's in this webinar is for information purposes only. Second of all, if you are watching this on YouTube, I would like for you to like and subscribe this video so you won't miss any updates or any uploads of videos and webinars that I do to my channel, because I will always want you to be very informed. Also, I want to help millions of people become free. And you might say, well, I am a free person. No, you're not. Because the reason I say that is because back in 1903, the U.S. educational system took a huge turning point. That's when all of these, well, schools started popping up. And this educational system that started up here in the U.S. just spread worldwide. And the school system is not set up for education. That's not the real root behind education. The real purpose for school and education is to make people slaves, make people obedient workers. And that's not really why I'm doing this webinar tonight. That's for another webinar. I might get into that more on the next webinar or the one after that. But basically, you're set up to fail through the educational system. And I want to help people become free. And here in the US, basically about 90% of the people here in the US, the cost of living is out of reach for most people. Most people can't buy a home now. Most people are just having problems just paying their monthly bills, whether it be rent, mortgage, electricity, uh, food. Yeah, people are having to use credit cards and are maxing out credit cards just to live. And that's not freedom. That's slavery. Because what I tried to explain to one person was they said that they were free and they live life like they want to and everything else like that. So I said, okay, well, do this for me. Why don't you have the house that you want? And why aren't you driving your dream car? And better yet, why not do this for me? When you leave your job on a Friday, because he works Monday through Friday, leave your job on a Friday, and then don't go back to that job for 3 months. Don't tell anybody where you at. If they call your phone and want to know where you at, what happened, don't answer them nothing. And then after those 3 months are up, go back to your job, just like nothing happened, and see if you still have that job. That job controls you. It controls what kind of home you can own, or if you can own one, you may have to live in an apartment. And then if you're renting a home or an apartment, it determines on where you can stay. You might be living on the bad side of town. Don't know. It's going to determine what kind of vehicle you can own, if you can own one. You might have to do ride share, or you may have to catch the train. If you live in a larger city like like New York or Chicago, you might have to catch the subway, or you might have to catch a taxi because you can't afford to pay car insurance and a car payment. Because now here in the U.S., car payments are averaging $700-800 a month. If you don't believe that you're not a slave, then like I said, don't go to work. Get up and go. If you're supposed to be there at work at 8 o'clock, get up when you're rested. Whether it be 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, noon, get dressed, and then go to work and see how long you're gonna have that job. So your job controls your entire life. And between your gross and your net, which is your net is what you actually bring home, what's actually deposited into your checking account, it's going to be somewhere between what 23%, and I've seen it as high as 56% taken out taxes and things like that before you get your net. I know when I was working a job, I was taxed heavily. 42% of my check was gone before net. And then after I paid for my benefits, 47% of my check was gone. So if 42, 47% of your check, 50 some percent of your check is gone, how you supposed to make it off of one job? How you supposed to live? You doggone well sure can't have a family. People now are working 2 full-time jobs and a part-time job or full-time jobs and a side hustle just to try and make ends meet, just to pay bills. That's all you're living for, just to pay bills. And see, school is there to cancel out your creativity, because you probably went to public school or a regular private school. Okay, you're not going to the private schools that Mark Zuckerberg is sending his kids to, or any other wealthy billionaire that's sending their kids to, like Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon. No, you're not going to school with those children. Those children are being taught wealth mentality in those schools. They're teaching those kids on how to be the business or the company owner. They're not teaching them how to be an employee like you're being taught. They're going to be the venture capitalists. They're the ones that starting the companies that you're going to go work for them. But what I'm going to talk to you tonight is on how to earn Bitcoin 24/7. A lot of people, and you will see it online, a lot of people will talk to you about buying Bitcoin. Well, I'm going to show you how to mine Bitcoin using your phone, and it's not going to slow down your phone, anything like that. But I'm going to show you how to earn Bitcoin 24/7 so you can actually be a free person again. Now, these bankers, this is how I want you to think. Bankers, hedge fund managers, venture capitalists, all these people think 10, 15, 20, 30 years out. And that's how you got to start thinking. Because as of right now, you're thinking like an employee. You're thinking, let me work on Friday. Thank God at Friday, you get to enjoy yourself for 2 days being off, and you got to come right back to work again on Monday, and you collect that paycheck on Friday. Well, that thinking has left you broke all these years. So you got to change something. So if you don't want to change your thinking, then you might as well cut this webinar off now and just go back to watching TV and being broke and let somebody else control your life. But if you want to change, then you need to stay here and get the information. Now, the website that's at the bottom of the screen, that is my particular website. I have more information on there about, like I said, about school and education, and more about Bitcoin and what you need to retire on, the minimum you need to retire on. or have hold, because tonight is basically me showing you how this one particular app works. Because I'm actually using several different apps, but I want to show you this particular one tonight. So this particular app, when it was first debuted, it was on the Google Play Store and the Apple Store platforms. Well, Google just recently made an update to its terms and conditions. So at the time of me doing this webinar, it's not in the Google Play Store. Now, I am an Android user. So if you downloaded and was using this app, if you were an Android user and you was using this app before it was removed from the Play Store, you may be okay, especially if you have a newer phone. The reason I had to get a Apple phone, because this will work on an Apple phone or iPad, any Apple product. The reason I had to buy an iPhone is because my phone, my Android phone, it would accept the updates, because the updates now are coming from the website until it gets put back on the platform, the Google Play platform. But my phone would accept and would be able to download the updates onto my phone, but it wouldn't accept the phone. I mean, it wouldn't accept the updates. It wouldn't take them. It would come up with an error message, because, like I said, the updates was coming from the website and not through Google Play Store. So that's why I had to purchase an iPhone. I purchased an inexpensive iPhone. So it just depends on when you're looking at this video. If you're looking at it on YouTube, on if it's back in the Google Play Store platform or not. But if it's not, and you're not able to use this app on your Android device, you will need to buy a Apple device, like I said, an iPhone or a pad. And once you do that, what you need to do is go to the Apple Store and put in the search box Bitcoin mining and look for that particular icon, so you'll know which app you need to download. Okay? Now, after you download the app and you've registered with the app, you need to go ahead and get inside of the app. Open up the app, and then this is going to be the home screen. Now, before you start doing any type of mining and earning Bitcoin, and let me say this also, you may hear me say Satoshi. Satoshi is the smallest part of Bitcoin. That's all it is. Like here in the US, the smallest part of our currency is pennies, and the largest part of our currency is dollars, whether it be a $1, $5, $10 bill, $20 bill, $100 bill. So I just want you to understand that if you hear me say Satoshi, okay? All right. So once you open up the app, I want you to look at the bottom of the home page, and I want you to click on profile. And then it's going to bring you to this page. Now, you see that box on the left. It has E41H7. That is my referral code. And this is very important. When you're looking at this screen on your device, your referral code will be in that box. So what I want you to do is write down my referral code, and then come up here and click on this button right here where it says enter the invitation code. And then after you do that, this box will appear. This is where you enter in my invitation code and then click confirm. Okay. And it's going to bring you back to this screen right here. Now, this is going to help you also in several ways because, and I'll get to it in a couple of minutes. If you want to share this app with other people, and if the link does not work for them, you just now learn how to help them register with you manually. Okay. Now, the reason I wanted you to go ahead and register with me before you start earning any kind of Bitcoin is because, well, while you're on the screen right here, I want you to click on this button that says home, which is in the lower left-hand corner, right? And it's going to bring you back to the home screen. Before you start earning any kind of Bitcoin, I wanted you to go ahead and register with me because it's very important, because once you earn one whole Bitcoin, I'm going to give you a $5,000 in Bitcoin reward, a bonus for you hitting that one Bitcoin mark. That's why everything that you earn, I want you to count it towards your earnings. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube and you've already started using this app and you haven't registered with anyone else, and you want to qualify to receive the $5,000 Bitcoin bonus, you can go ahead and register with me. And the reason I said that is because these numbers right here, once you start earning Bitcoin, they're going to continuously increase 24/7. This box right here, this what shows what you personally earned on the previous day. This button right here shows what you've collectively earned over time from your referrals earning Bitcoin after they register with you. Now, after midnight every day, your local time, the app is going to look and see what all your referrals earned the previous day and give you a 10% bonus for helping people register with this app and start earning. Now, that 10% bonus is coming from the developers of the app, not from your referrals earnings. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. Now, if you come down, you'll see these three buttons right here. This button right here, you must click on it every calendar day. It's going to give you 8 hours of free mining power. So once you click on that, these numbers are going to start moving. This button right here are ads. You have to watch 10 ads every day, every calendar day, between midnight and 11:59 p.m. your local time. So let's say, just by instance, if something happens and you got busy and you only watch 5 ads that day, well, the next day you're going to need to watch 15 ads, and then the day after that it'll bring it back down to 10. But every calendar day you need to watch these 10 ads, and each ad that you watch gives you additional mining power. So you're going to be mining for free when you use this button every calendar day and this button every calendar day. This button right here is more ads that you can watch. Now, each ad is going to run approximately between 30 seconds, 45 seconds to about a minute and 45 seconds. Okay. Now, this button right here is optional. You don't have to use this button or watch these ads. You can use this app for 10 years, 15 years and never watch an ad. Or you might watch an ad one day and then go 3 years before you watch another ad. but each ad that you watch gives you additional mining power. Okay. Now, whoever that you refer, whomever you refer to this app, cannot say that you took advantage of them, that this app doesn't work for them, that this is a Ponzi scheme. Because I just showed you how you and your referrals can earn for free. You don't have to buy any contracts or anything. So nobody can be out of any kind of income for purchasing anything, any contracts or anything like that. Okay. Now, I want you to click on store, and it's going to bring you to this page. This is where you can buy mining contracts. They run from 200 gigahash, which will cost me here in the US, because when you register with this app, you register under your country's name. So these figures is going to appear in your country's currency. I live in the US. So this 200 gigahash contract, each contract I buy of the 200 gigahash contract is going to cost me $9.99 plus sales tax. And it goes all the way on up to 25 terahash. So each one of those contracts will cost me $999.99 plus sales tax. Okay. Now, once you see this button is gray right here. Once you buy three of these contracts, they're going to the box is going to turn gray like this, which means you can't buy any more. So you can only buy 3 of each contract. Each contract that you purchase is yours for life. There's no subscription or you own it for 6 months or a year. No, it's yours indefinitely. Okay. Now, the reason you want to click on this button every calendar day is to keep your miners active. The developers of this app have Bitcoin miners running 24/7. Over time, those miners are going to lose their efficiency earning. And of course, they're going to buy more and put the newer update ones in. But just over time, the miners that they have, the physical miners that they have in a location, in a building, lose their efficiency earning. So you have to click this button every day, every calendar day, to keep them active, your miners active, and watch these 10 ads to offset the percentage loss every day. If you don't click this button right here in these two, then this is going to slide to off. And you're not going to be earning, even though you got those purchased those contracts, you're not going to be earning anything, because according to the app, you have not activated your miners for that day. You have to activate your miners every day to keep them running. But like I said, you do not have to buy any contracts. You can mine for free the whole entire time. Or if you want to, you can earn for free until you earn enough Bitcoin to where you can send the money to your wallet, and then you can turn around and purchase contracts. So you're always going to be playing with house income, and you never will be playing with any income out of your own pocket. Or you can buy contracts. Like here, like this one, like I said, $9.99 plus sales tax. If I pay that much out of pocket, then after I earn that amount, then I can just make a withdrawal. And I'm getting ready to show you how to do that. So then I won't be playing with any of my money. I'm just playing with house income. Now, What I want you to do is click on wallet, and this will bring you to where you can make withdrawals. I've made a couple of withdrawals just to show you that it do work. What you want to do is click on this button right here that says withdraw, or you can come down here and click on withdraw. Now, when you're looking at this amount here or this amount here, this amount, these two amounts will always be different from this amount because this is your overall earnings. And let me tell you this also: this 10% referral bonus that you receive is always going to be calculated into this amount. But this right here is real time earnings. This right here and this right here, which will say be the same numbers, it takes a couple of hours for your earnings to catch up with your real time earning figures. So it's always going to be behind. Okay, so that's why the amounts on those two different pages will always be different. Okay, so they're not doing anything. It just takes the computer system maybe a few hours to settle up because they're always updating information 24/7. Okay, so if you want to make a withdrawal, you just have to look at the amount that you have in there. You click on withdraw. You can make a withdrawal one or two ways, either Lightning Network or the regular Bitcoin network. The Lightning Network, here in the US and most parts of the world, you can just go to YouTube and put in Lightning Network wallet, and it'll come up with several videos showing you how to make a deposit, how to make a withdrawal into your Lightning Network wallet. I'm not sure what other parts of the world use, like China and things like that, but just to whatever equivalent is of people making videos showing you how to use the Lightning Network, that's what you want to go to. Also, for the Bitcoin network. Now, if you use the Lightning Network, it has to be, you have to have at least this much in your wallet, in that figure right there, to make a withdrawal. If you want to use the regular Bitcoin network, just put in, let's say, go back to YouTube and put in Bitcoin withdrawal or Bitcoin wallet withdrawal in the search box. And people have made thousands of videos on how to send money, like from this app, not necessarily this app, but just from anywhere else into your Bitcoin wallet. Okay, and you must have at least that much Bitcoin in your wallet before you make a withdrawal to your Bitcoin wallet. Now, two things, and I'm going through this part right here for people that's new to crypto and especially new to this particular app. This right here, Lightning Network, is what we call a hot wallet. It's online. Okay. This right here is a hot wallet and a cold storage wallet. What I mean by that, once you start earning Bitcoin with this app, I want you to go to some place like Coinbase.com or crypto.com or Gemini.com and apply for a debit card. The debit cards are free. So they're gonna be sending it to you in the mail because if you ever want to make a withdrawal just so you can be able to spend some of your earnings, you're going to need a crypto debit card. Okay. You have people that's out there that's always trying to hack into these platforms, whether it be crypto.com, Coinbase, Gemini, these hot wallets. You always have these bad people that's trying to always steal somebody else's crypto, just like they're always trying to hack into banks' systems to steal your money. Okay, so what I've done, and I do have an account with Coinbase.com and with Crypto.com. But I also have a cold storage wallet. A cold storage wallet is not connected to the internet. So a person can't hack into it because I have a Ledger wallet. And like I said, in order for them to be able to hack into that, they'd have to know when I'm online. They'd have to have my passcode and just a whole lot of other things. So basically, it's not possible to log in, well, break in, hack into my Ledger wallet. But if you make a withdrawal, it's best to send your Bitcoin, your earnings, to your Ledger wallet or to your cold storage wallet because you might use a Trezor instead of a Ledger wallet. But just make sure you get you a cold storage wallet. Don't buy it off of an auction site like an eBay or Amazon. Now, I think Ledger and Trezor do have a store on Amazon, but don't buy a cold storage wallet from like of an eBay or somebody, a reseller that's on Amazon or any other shopping website, because what they could have done was going into the wallet, open up the wallet, got all the seed phrases off of it, and then sealed it back up. And every time you put Bitcoin or your crypto onto your cold storage wallet, because you might have Bitcoin, you could have Ethereum, you could have several other, crypto on your wallet. If they have your seed phrase, then they can actually steal your crypto from your wallet. They can transfer the crypto from your wallet to their wallet. That's the only way they can be able to. They're not even hacking into your cold storage wallet. They're just basically stealing it because they got the same information that you have. So all they're going to do is use your seed phrases and switch your crypto from your wallet to their wallet. So make sure you buy it from Ledger website, from Trezor website. And all you got to do is go on Google and put in cold storage crypto wallet, and it'll come up with a list of different companies that sell cold storage wallets. Okay, so sorry about taking extra time with that, but like I said, I just want to inform people that's new to crypto and especially new to using this app. But you just decide on which way you want to use, and like I said, if you use this Lightning wallet, don't go over this amount because you're going to just wind up losing your crypto for whatever you go over. These are two of the cold storage wallets that they use. You have the other. I do have a Speed wallet and I do have a ZBD wallet. So if you want to make a withdrawal, you see right here, they actually moved it down to 35 when on the other page it was 45. So let's just go by 35. Go to YouTube and put in the search box Speed wallet withdrawals, ZBD wallet withdrawals, and it'll show you how to make withdrawals from like another platform and making a deposit into, because what are you doing? You're making a deposit into these wallets right here. Just like you're making a deposit into your cold storage wallet. Or you're making a deposit into your wallet on Coinbase and crypto.com. Okay? And it'll show you how to make a withdrawal. Now, from here, I want you to click on profile again, and it's going to bring you back to this page. If you want to share this app with your family, friends, co-workers, frenemies, You can use this button right here or this button right here. It's going to create a link and it's send it and then send it to them. Okay. And then from there, if they have an iPhone, they good to go. If they have an Android phone, then it's iffy. It just depends on when you send it to them. Like I said, they may have to buy a iPhone or iPad if it doesn't work on the Android phone. If you have any problems, any concerns, any questions about the app, now not about the $5,000 bonus that I'm giving away to people, because that's just personally me. They don't know anything about it. But if you have any problems with the app, any concerns, any questions with the app, click on settings, and then another box will appear and it'll say contact us, and you click on contact us, and that's how you email them, and they are good about getting back with you and answering your question. If you ever want to sign out, just click on sign out, and then the next time you open it back up, you're gonna have to just sign back in again. And this is what the link is going to look like when you send it to people. Now, I want to go back to the home screen. And like I said, and now whenever you make a withdrawal, now when you make a withdrawal, it tells you that it can take up to 24 hours before the crypto appears in your wallet. Because obviously the way they have it set up, and I like the way they have it set up, their wallet is not online. They basically have a cold storage wallet. So this platform, the app, is basically sending them the request, and then they have to send a request from their wallet because they don't want anyone's crypto to get stolen. They don't want their crypto to get stolen, and they don't want anyone else's crypto to get stolen, which is what I like. But just go back through and review. After you've start earning for free or for free and with contracts, I said this number will always be moving. This is always going to show what you earned the day before. This is going to show this number doesn't reset. It just keeps going up every day. But this is always going to show your gross amount that you've earned from your bonuses for helping other people, your referrals, earn with this app. You want to click on this every calendar day to keep your miner activated. And so you can get that 8 hours of free mining power. You want to click on this button right here to offset your loss and watch these 10 ads every day, and that's more free mining power. These ads down here, now these ads run for 8 hours. These ads run for 24 hours. But like I said, this button is optional. Now, if you're going to mine for free, your best way of earning the most you can out of this app is to watch these 35 ads every day, because you're already going to be earning at a slower pace compared to not having any contracts. Because I've purchased enough contracts. This is what this number means. I've purchased enough contracts, so I'm going to be mining at 22.20736 terahash. And then when I click on this button and this button, that's just going to increase my mining power. And every ad here is going to increase my mining power. But like I said, if you're going to mine for free, you need to. I'm not going to tell you have to, but you need to get the most out of this app. Watch some 35 ads every day. And you don't have to do all this all in one setting. Okay, so I don't want you to think that, because I know people have lives, they get busy. You might can only do some of it on your lunch break. Then after you get home, if you have a family, after you done cook and everything, you got your kids in bed if you have any, then you just go back to watching the rest of your ads. But like I said, please go ahead and register first before you start earning any type of Satoshis. So everything that you earn will always count towards you earning that one Bitcoin. So you can receive your $5,000 Bitcoin bonus. Now, once you do earn that one Bitcoin bonus, what I need you to do is come back to that profile page, and I want you to take a screenshot or take a picture. If you don't know how to do a screenshot with your phone, take a picture of this page right here. Because see, I need you. This is my particular ID number. Your ID number will be up here at the top. I need your ID number because for two reasons. Because what I'm going to do is going to look in my back office. I was going to click on this button right here and look at my back office, and I'm going to find your ID number, and it's going to tell me how much Bitcoin you currently have earned. So if you say, yeah, I've earned one whole Bitcoin, but when I go in my back office and look under your ID number and you haven't earned, then I can show you a screenshot on how much you have earned and how much more. And so you can tell on how much more you need to earn before you receive your one whole Bitcoin, before you've earned your whole one Bitcoin. Also, people that have been using this app before you register with me, whether you're an Android user or a Apple user. Also, Android users, if you were able to start using this app and now you can't, and you had to buy a Apple device, all you need to do is put in your email address, all your current profile information. Once you start using your Apple device, and it's going to pick up. You're not going to lose anything. So I want to let you know that also. Also, if you've been using this app for a year, 2 years, 6 months, whatever, if you already earned some type of Bitcoin, you see this webinar or you looking at this video on YouTube, and let's say you register with me, and a couple of weeks, 6 months from now, after you register with me, you've earned that one whole Bitcoin, and you show me that you've earned that one Bitcoin, all I'm gonna do is go in my back office and look for your ID and see how much you've earned since you've registered with me. And that's the key. You've got to earn that one Bitcoin after you've registered with me. That's why I don't want you to miss one particular Satoshi. So if you say you've earned one whole Bitcoin, but you haven't earned one whole Bitcoin since you've registered with me, you don't qualify yet. Well, you won't receive the $5,000 Bitcoin bonus. You always qualify. You qualify when you register with me, but you haven't met the qualifications to receive the $5,000 bonus. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. That's why you must register with me as soon as you download the app and uh, register with the app. So I'm gonna cut it off right here for tonight because I don't want to weigh down on people's patience. I like to try to keep my videos, my webinars short, but I did want to explain that to people tonight that might be new to this app and might be seeing this for the very first time. So all of you crypto people that know all of this about how to make withdrawals and wallets and everything, thank you for being patient with me. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye. with me, and thank you for being patient with the new people here. And I'm going to end it for tonight. Everyone, I want everyone to have a great and blessed evening, a great and blessed, wonderful day wherever you are on earth. And I will catch you on the next webinar. Everyone, good night.